for today. It's in our slight risk. It's not in our main risk area, which is going to be that orange highlighted area, but it is still in an area that isn't under threat for severe weather. You can tell there's still a notch with our latest scan, but it's definitely fallen off there. Notches make NATOs. That's what we like to say. You can see here where it comes out right there, comes back in, and then goes right back out. That's where we're getting wind sucked in this direction and sort of pushing the storm system back a little bit further. If we take a look at our velocity scans here, we can see it's very slight area of rotation. We can see reds are winds moving in one direction. Here we go. We can see it a lot better on this velocity product right here. You can see greens are winds moving in another direction, and reds are winds moving in another direction. And as they do that, it's rotating, and we could potentially be seeing a tornado out of this storm system here very, very soon, eventually, if it can manage to keep uptrending from here. Here, y'all. Give me just a second. Let me, I need to make a thumbnail. Just give me a minute. What part of Iowa? This is in northeastern Iowa. I will eventually, Logan. I can't right now. I'll let you go. I do think this could potentially produce a tornado here as it gets closer. No, it's not near your brother, Sydney. But I do think this could potentially form a tornado here as it advances in its strength there. Whenever we start getting reds and greens tight together, that's when we start getting our rotation. And we have right here where they start getting tight. And so reds, winds moving in one direction, greens, winds moving in another direction, and we're getting a rotating storm system out of this here. That was the worst arrow I have ever drawn, but we do need to be taking shelter if we're out there in this tornado warning, because I do think this could potentially drop a tornado here as it moves out towards Ridgeway. If it can continue to uptrend in strength, we can take it back a few scans here. We have been watching rotation on the storm system here for a while. It's been rotating for a while. It finally got tornado warned, but it's a very fast moving storm system, to be 100% honest with y'all. And that's headed out towards Ridgeway. We'll be moving to towards Decorah here within the next, probably, I would say within the next 30 to 45. What on earth just happened? That was weird. My internet just went out for like a second. My Wi-Fi just crashed for a minute. That is very weird. Here, y'all give me just a minute. I gotta go run and fix a few things real quick because I went live very unexpectedly. So y'all give me just a minute, please. If you're serious about tracking the weather, whether you're a storm chaser, weather enthusiast, or just someone who likes to stay ahead of what's coming, Aguacero WX is definitely worth checking out. One of my favorite features is being able to layer weather models over SPC outlooks, or whatever outlook you prefer. So instead of just taking a look at one model at a time, you can be looking at 3 at a time on the same map. It's an incredible, useful tool when you're trying to evaluate forecasts, or monitor the potential for severe weather. On top of that, Aguacero WX offers detailed radar, forecast data, and a clean, easy-to-use interface that makes finding the information you need quick and simple. Whether you're keeping tabs on thunderstorms moving through your area, planning a trip, or watching a potential of severe weather outbreaks, maybe even in your area, the app puts powerful weather tools right at your fingertips. And the best thing about this is if you're a beginner or just don't have the money to spare, you can use Aguacero WX for free. Once you get more professional, then you can start advancing into the subscriptions. So if you're looking for a weather app that's built for people who want more than just basic forecasts, go give Aguacero WX a try. Download it, explore all the features, and see why so many weather enthusiasts are adding it to their toolbox. And if you have any trouble, Aguacero WX has tutorials on their YouTube channel. You can download Aguacero WX with the top link in the description. Now, let's jump right back into the forecast. Okay, let's see here. Yes, you should be able to, Logan. Okay. I apologize about that, y'all. I did run and do a few things real quick. Like, get me something to drink, because... Yeah, this is still... This is still a radar indicated tornado warning, meaning that there's no tornado on the ground. Now, I'm not going to promise that there's not going to be a tornado eventually on the ground. I really don't think it's going to. But, I mean, we still need to be aware of that possibility. In case it were to. Because it's always something that we need to be watching. No matter what. But, yeah. Here, y'all, I'm so sorry. Give me just a second. Wow, I'm in a severe thunderstorm watch. Who knows what's happening? Okay. Okay. They did just trim up this tornado warning here, so it's no longer as big as it was. So if you're out there in Shelly, I'm sorry, Skelly, no, Schlee. If you're in Schlee, Schlee, Iowa, y'all are safe to get out of y'all's safe place. This tornado warning has shifted to y'all's east and is now only impacting Winneshiek, Iowa. So if you're in Winneshiek, Iowa, I would still continue to stay in your safe place. Y'all are showing a tornado warning. This area rotation is about to move just north of Ridgeway. So we need to be taking shelter if we're just north of Ridgeway. This will be approaching Decorah here within the next 15 to 20 minutes or so. Probably closer to that 20 to 25 minute time zone. But we still need to be taking shelter. All right. I really do apologize, y'all. I'm trying to get a few things figured out real quick here. So that way I can fully do the stream right now. I'm a little bit busy fixing some other stuff as of the second. Trying to get it all figured out for y'all. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. We don't have a thumbnail on this stream, so I'm trying to get y'all one. Let's see here. Yeah, this is a tornado warning right here. That's going to be out there just north of Ridgeway. So if you're just north of Ridgeway, Iowa, you are under a tornado warning. So we need to be seeking shelter now if we're out there in those regions. Okay. Let's see here. I'm so sorry, y'all. Give me just a second, please. I know y'all are probably really mad at me for not doing this quick enough. Please just hang in there. There we go. Okay. I apologize about that, y'all. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and take a trip around the United States right now while this storm is not doing anything too crazy. We're going to go take a look at the weather all across the U.S. To see what everything's looking like out there. All right, we have storms firing off across portions of our risk zone up here today in these regions. And then no storms are firing off out through these regions right now, but we will be watching that later on tonight. We'll be doing some severe weather coverage for that. There's no storms firing off in the New England areas yet. They're not in the New England areas yet. They are firing off in Canada right now, though. So we are watching that as they move into the New England northeastern regions of the United States. These storms are slowly starting to fire off here. They will mainly be starting to fire off here within about the next 3-ish hours or so as they move into their main risk zones, like this orange enhanced risk, their yellow slight risk. So, okay, I'll check that out, Electric. All right, we need to take a look at Denver, Iowa. Oh, Denver, Iowa. What a suiting name. Not really. Let's see here. Okay, Denver, Iowa. Oh, I would be surprised, yeah. Is it this storm? It's tornado possible tag, so I'd assume so. Alright. Storm relative. Yeah, I think we could get a tornado warning for this supercell here. Eventually, as it moves out towards Fairbank. If this can manage to hook back out and this rotation can manage to tighten, where the greens meet the reds is where we're getting our rotation. So I'm just trying to explain it to y'all in the easiest way possible. Where the green and reds meet is where we're getting our area of rotation. Right there is where they meet very tightly. Whenever our colors start to get brighter and they meet like right up instead of fading into each other, that's where we get our stronger things. I wouldn't be surprised if this does end up going tornado warning here within the next few minutes. So that's going to be out there. Let's see what county this is for. This is going to be for Hawk and Bremer counties in Iowa. So if we're out there in Hawk or Bremer County, Iowa, we need to be aware there is a storm system trying to potentially rotate and maybe produce a tornado here as it moves out towards Fairbank and Oran here within the next couple of minutes, probably closer to about 30 minutes. It's a very slow-moving storm system. This storm just north of it, though, does have a tornado warning on it. And if we go ahead and go to our current time. Oh, sorry, I was not at current time. Oh, yeah, that's definitely trying to form a tornado. If we go to our current radar, we still do have some rotation showing up on this storm system up here that is tornado warned. So we are watching the possibility for this storm system to drop a tornado here eventually as it moves out towards Decorah. I don't think it's going to drop a tornado. I do think we could potentially be getting an extension to this tornado warning here towards Decorah as it continues to increase in strength and everything like that. So we need to be aware. Okay, we did just get a new tornado warning on this Olwyn storm here. Olwyn storm here in Iowa. Whoa. Hold up. Please tell me that's contamination. Yeah, this storm system here is trying to tighten up in its rotation. We do have a slight area of rotation right back through here, and then a very contaminated area of rotation back through here as it heads up towards Fayette and regions like this, like Arlington, Scott, Maynard, Fayette, regions like that out here in Iowa. So Iowa seems to be our main prime hot zone right now for the night, or for the day so far. We have 2 tornado warnings in the United States right now. One of those up here in northeastern Iowa, and one is going to be in the more central eastern Iowa that we are watching. So if you're in either of those 2 tornado warnings in those red polygons, we need to be seeking shelter. Y'all are under a tornado warning. We need to be getting into the lowest floor of a sturdy home or building. Interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy home or building. If you're in a mobile vehicle or a car, please, if you're in a mobile vehicle, try to find the closest substantial structure or sustainable structure. And then if you're in a car, try to if you're in a car, either pull off to the road. Do not pull under an overpass. If you cannot find a gas station, then pull off just to the side of the road. If it's a big tornado that you can see, then I recommend you get in a ditch. Don't try to stick it out in the car, because cars have been lofted into the air before. And just definitely make sure that you're taking shelter, seeking shelter if you're in any of these 2 tornado warnings, which is these red polygons on the map here. One of these is going to be back up here into portions of let's see here. This is going to be in Winneshiek County, Iowa. And then the southern one here is going to be in Fayette County, Iowa. So if you're in any of those 2 counties I just listed, we need to be seeking shelter. Because y'all are both in a tornado warning. Both of those counties I just mentioned. You need to be seeking shelter on an interior room, on the lowest floor of your home or building in a sturdy structure. So yeah. Here you are. Give me just a second here. I'm going to try to fix something real quick. Let's see here. Can I fix this? Okay, there we go. Now stream should not be lagging. So, right over here, this Olwyn storm is honestly really getting concerning to me. I think this is likely a very concerning storm. We're getting where that is hooking back up there. We're getting wind sucked into that little hook there where you can see it's hooking. We take a look at our velocity scan here. If we update it to our current time, we'll have to turn on storm relative. We do have a slight area of rotation going on right over here. It's definitely very contaminated. I don't think that's the full area of rotation, but that is in Fayette County right now. This is not weather front. This is actually Aguacero WX. Make sure to go check them out. It is a great weather app. Literally the best weather app you can get. All right. Yeah, there's where that air rotation is going to be at, headed up here. This is in Fayette County, Iowa. This is our most concerning storm as of right now. We do have another pretty strong tornado warning going on up here. And this, or a pretty strong storm with a tornado warning on it up here in, let's see here. This is going to be in Winneshiek County, Iowa. Electric, try to hard reset it. That should fix your PC. That happened to me one time. I had to completely like hard reset. No, you're good, Nicholas. Um. All right. Yeah. um. Let's take a look at our storm relative velocity. Air rotation is likely going to be embedded back out through these regions. This storm system is starting to die out here. It will be moving just towards the north of Decorah here within about 5 to 10 minutes or so. Back out towards the southern storm system down here near Olwyn. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Olwyn. I don't know. Air rotation is not really moving. It's just, this is a very, very slow moving storm system here. Like, this tornado warning expires in 35 minutes, and it's maybe 2 miles. I wouldn't even say it's a mile and a half, to be 100% honest with you. But yeah, right there is where that air rotation is going to be headed out through that tornado warning. You're 14 years old, and you are dedicated to becoming a meteorologist, and you made a channel. Do I have any tips? Honestly, dude, pursue your dreams. Don't let anybody discourage you. If anybody says you can't do it, just take that as a challenge and just do it, dude. Try to be consistent with uploads and live streams. It's what I've done. I recommend going through like a whole bunch of online courses you can go through. That's what I've done. You can get through a whole bunch of online courses to learn more. I do one right now. This below me somewhere. But just don't let anybody discourage you. There's going to be haters out there. Like I've had already a few. There's going to be haters out there that are going to hate on you for doing stuff on YouTube and stuff. But that's not necessarily what. If you want to do whatever you want to do, you don't let people discourage you. You do it. That's really the just take those haters as a challenge. Don't let them discourage you. And just honestly, just work hard. How do you use radar on Aguacero WX? It won't let you find what the freak. Here, hopefully you can see this. Off performance mode real quick. All right. So in Aguacero WX, an epic tool, epic bin, quick. So So to use the radar in Aguasarda, if you take a look up here, there is this little thing. You can click that; it'll turn on you'll turn on all the radar sites and stuff. And then to turn on NWS alerts, you can click this little alert thing right over. So. All right, finally turned up that. Oh my gosh, we got a new warning issued in Fayette County, Iowa. No problem, Nicholas. Okay, they did just remove that tornado warning. Oh, nope, they did not remove that tornado warning. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, I see that air rotation. Once they pass this little line here, they switch into a different forecast office. So really, hopefully, the other forecast office will extend this tornado warning here, because I think that does deserve an extension to that till probably about 01, to be 100% honest with y'all, if not from 01. This tornado warning here still is in effect for 35 minutes. So this one is. That's going to be also for Fayette County. So if you're in Fayette County, there's two different tornado warnings in Fayette County, Iowa. So just shelter out there. I'm not saying all this to scare you. Just make sure y'all are taking shelter out. This is a serious situation. There's two different tornado warnings in the same county. You can see where it's starting to hook back over and then hook back over here on scan and our reflectivity. And then taking a look at actual velocity where the greens and reds meet. And then once we start getting blues and oranges stuff in there, that's when it's getting serious, and tight rotation. Very strong winds and stuff. But once the reds meet the greens is where we're getting our area of rotation, and that's happening on both of these tornado warnings. So we're having some pretty tight rotation on these tornado warnings, meaning that they do deserve a tornado warning. Continued uptrend. They are in the right environment to drop a potentially violent tornado. I swear I'm not saying this all to scare you. We cannot rule that possibility out. I hope we cannot rule that possibility out that it could do that. It is a possibility. It's on still. Okay. Your PC is honestly, nothing's working. Like I said, just try to hard reset, like factory reset, not like wipe it, but like hard reset your computer. Maybe not a violent long track, but a long track tornado. Possible. They did allow this tornado warning up here near Decorah expired. They did not extend it, which is a very good thing. We did just get a new tornado warning down here. The new forecast office did officially extend this tornado warning. I could extend it maybe out to 01, but they extended it all the way out to Fayette. So they really do think, this National Weather Service really does think that this could potentially be a violent, very long track storm system. Not tornado, but storm system. This is going to be in Fayette County, Iowa. The National Weather Service in La Crosse has issued that tornado warning. You can go ahead and take a look at our storm relative velocity here. But I do want to say Fayette and Maynard, y'all are in two separate tornado warnings. So once one of them expires, there'll still be in another one. So still stay in your safe place once one of these tornado warnings expires. You still are included in two different overlapping tornadoes. This one's going to end up going out through these way, and this one's going to end up going out through this way, and they're going to overlap over Maynard and Fayette. So we need to be taking shelter if we're out there in Fayette, Maynard, or if you're just in a tornado warning. One of these 3 tornado warnings in general. I do think this will probably be allowed to get out of your safe place here within the next 4 to 5 minutes. If you were in this one, within the next 45 minutes, 4 to 5, not 45, 4 to 5. Let me say, Maynard, y'all are no longer included in overlapping tornado warnings. The southern one did. The southern one did. Southern one. I was trying to read a text. I sent like 14 different text messages at once. This did officially get trimmed up a little bit. It does not include. The southern one does not include Maynard. And then it does not include the KOLZ office there, or back out toward Wilton. Just like Twisted and Roblox. Fayette, y'all are also now no longer included in overlapping tornado warnings. So y'all should be safe if you're out there in Fayette, but you still are included in one of these tornado warnings. That's going to be that northern tornado warnings. So yeah, if you're out there in any of these tornado warnings, you need to be taking shelter immediately, because there is tornado warnings in this area. County, Iowa, in a tornado warning, so we need to be taking shelter. Give me a second. All right. Sorry, I had to sit down. My legs hurt, dude. All right. You have a little bit of a hook there starting to form over Olin tornado warning. It's going to be headed out in Fayette County. Same thing goes for these 2 tornado warnings in Fayette County. They're heading up these regions. What do you mean you want a Logan alert, my guy? Like, for what? From warning. It's already tornado warned, my guy. All right, here. I'll give it a second here. One under Deborah. Which one? My guy. That's a huge. Which part of the one? Which part of that one? There you go. I'm gonna try to figure out if I can find the camera. If I can find the camera. I don't think there's a camera in any of these tornado warnings. Yeah, no, I'm not finding any camera at all these tornado warnings. The only cameras I can find are like Empire cam. Like, bro, look at this. Freaking Empire State cam. Empire State Building cameras. That's all we're getting. Alright. Just right above it. This part, bro. Oh, this part. I would assume. There's there's no rotation. So I'm just gonna be honest. I wouldn't support a Logan alert or a cruise alert, but you know, just a little bit of a hook. This one, that's a mean hook. But there's no tight rotation on that. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just saying I wouldn't support a tornado warning or a Logan alert on that. All right, y'all. We are watching these two storm systems out here. These 3 tornado warnings. I really think we only need to. This one needs to be marked off the map completely. It's going to burn 7 minutes. I think they'll just cancel it. As soon as this hail moves out of the storm, as soon as this hook moves out, it's probably when they're going to cancel it. But the rotation's already out of it. You don't see any storms in Michigan. Yeah, there's no storms in Michigan yet. At least that are concerning to me. We have another tornado warning out here towards Olin. Air rotation's likely embedded somewhere in there. Very hard to see. So it's moving out there. This tornado warning will let it expire in 21 minutes. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch out here as well. With a tornado possible tag severe thunderstorm warning. Tornado possible severe thunderstorm out here on this storm system here. Take a look at our storm relative velocity. That air rotation is likely going to be embedded back here. It's not as strong as it was earlier. We can take it back out a few scans here to see when we had rotation. I really don't think there's much rotation on this. Tornado possible tag severe thunderstorm warning. I think there's likely some embedded rotation back through these regions. I'm going to try to keep it simple for y'all. Greens are winds moving in one direction, and reds are winds moving in another direction. And then when they meet together, then they can form a potential tornado. I do have this storm system out here as well that we are watching. But back to these tornado warnings here in Iowa, because that's what I'm most concerned right now. I'm really not too concerned about it, but that's what I'm most concerned about. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and turn on our closest radar site. Okay. These storm systems here are honestly decently strong. We do have some pretty strong rotations in this storm system here, just south of Westgate, and then another isolated area of rotation over here close to Scott in regions like that, into Fayette County. Let's see here. Is there going to be a tornado in Aurora? What state? What state is that? Is that Iowa? Iowa. Okay. Let's see. Here we can go ahead and actually search. Okay, here, just a quick little update before I do that. Owen, Iowa, y'all are no longer included in a tornado warning. Aurora, Iowa. So if you're in Aurora, Iowa, everything's going to be just towards the north of Aurora, okay? You're not in any of the severe threat right now. You're just having some rain moving through your area. There will be another line as we're going to move through later on. That'll be your main line of storms. These are just are some of our like beginning storms here. They're not as strong as they could be, which is honestly a great thing. They are still tornado warned, but out there in Aurora, you should be fine for right now at least. Those tornado warnings said are going to be just towards the north of Aurora, considering you're not up there close to Scott or anything like that. Overall, there's no tornadoes on the ground anywhere in the United States right now. This area rotation is sort of tightening as it heads up towards Arlington. This is going to be just towards the right next to Scott. Same thing goes for this one out here near Westgate. It's tightening up a little bit here, headed up towards Maynard and Fayette. And then headed out here to, let me give an update for Aurora again real quick here. So Aurora, y'all are included in a level 2 out of 5 severe weather threat for today. So I'll make sure you have multiple ways to receive weather alerts. I'll keep you updated here. Anything does happen in Aurora throughout the rest of the night, a severe weather threat goes on. Both of these storms here are sort of classic supercell type looking storms. They're like textbook supercells, one right here, and then this one right here. So they are pretty concerning as they are heading up here towards northeast in Iowa. They're both in Fayette County right now. So yeah, we are very, very close to here. As it heads up further into northeastern Iowa, and then eventually we'll cross into Wisconsin here, probably within the next hour and a half to 2 hours. There's some pretty slow-moving storm systems here. I would say maybe even 3 hours until they cross into Wisconsin, and they'll probably start to diminish by the time they reach these areas, these regions, because of how they're not moving fast enough to continue to stay strong. Which, like I said, is a good. I don't think any of these tornado warnings are going to get. I don't think any of these tornadoes are going to get extended. But we still need to be watching as it heads up through these regions. We are getting some little storms start to fire up here just north of Manchester, Iowa, close to Suttonburg and Colesburg. I am watching this one here for a potential tornado warning. Oh. Holy cow. Literally, I said I am watching this one right here for a potential tornado warning. As soon as it goes tornado warning. Golly, dude, that is insane. Dude, yeah, now we do have a new tornado warning right here. Just north of Greenlee. This is going to for Delaware County, Iowa. Randalia. So we need to be staying in shelter if we're out there in this tornado warning. This is going to be in effect for the next 28 minutes. Out there, and we are just getting tighter and tighter velocity scans, meaning that our area of rotation on the storm system here is managing to tighten up and get stronger. So we're having stronger rotation on the storm system here as it's moving up towards Fayette in Fayette County. This one here just towards the north of Scott will be approaching just towards the west of Arlington here. Or sorry, just towards the north of Arlington here within the next couple of minutes. As it moves up towards those regions, it does have a pretty decent hook echo trying to form. We're getting wind sucked in through this region and wind spit back out through this region, and that's sort of rotating. Take a look at our velocities here. You can see red is winds moving in one direction, greens are winds moving in another direction, and when they meet together, they begin to rotate in the same. They begin to rotate in the same direction. We did just get a new tornado warning up here. That's going to be an extension to this southern tornado warning out here in Delaware County, Iowa. This storm system here is now actually moving directly up towards the north. It's going to head up north towards Colesburg as well as sorry, I'm not looking at chat right now. Sorry about that, but yeah, we are watching this area of rotation right here as it heads up towards Colesburg and beyond. Let me double check, see if my let me see if my warning count is working today. It doesn't really like to work a lot, so we'll see. Oh, nope. We do not have a winter storm warning. Let's go to only severe flood. No, all severe. Okay, there we go. Oh, shoot thing out. Okay. So we are watching this tornado warning right here. Like I said, it is pretty tornado warning. It's one of our well, I say that this right here is our strongest alert in the United States right now, as it's heading up towards Fayette in County, Iowa. That does include areas like Maynard, Westgate, Randalia, back up towards Donan, Fayette in Fayette County, Iowa. And then just south of that one here in Fayette County, Iowa as well, including major areas like Arlington. We do have a strong tornado warning or storm system right here going towards Arlington. So we need to be watching that here. It heads through Arlington. It's probably going to miss just towards the northwest and north of Arlington, but it's still something that we need to be watching there as that towards the north of Arlington, because that could be a pretty strong storm system there. As it moves north. All right. So we are watching. Wow, that is a very strong area of rotation moving up here towards Arlington. It's very contaminated, but it's very strong. Sorry, I'm talking to Will Bratton. I'm back. Hey, Logan, can you send me the link to my stream, please? Okay, they did just tornado warning here in Arlington. So Scott, y'all are no longer included in this tornado warning out here. Wow, that hurts. That is right there, going to be headed up towards Arlington here within the next few minutes or so. Back down towards these tornado warnings right here. I really don't think anything crazy is happening. 22 minutes is when that expires. I think this is about wiped off the map here within the next couple of seconds. No, like, can you DM me at Logan? And this tornado warning here is where this is extending to. Let's check up here near West Union. It's just south of Decorah. It's up here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Let's see here. West Union. In the storm. We have a hook. I don't see very much rotation. And it's not like our hook. Here's let your dog in because it's just so hot in the parking lot. Yeah. Good thinking, Mark. Okay, I really do apologize about that, y'all. I had to update something. And I gotta fix one last thing real quick. I also need to change the stream title. Tornado warnings. Back out towards this Westgate tornado warning. I think honestly this Arlington tornado warning is more concerning to me. Yeah, it's moving right over Arlington right now, headed up toward in Fayette County. The air rotation is going to be right here near Maynard. Sorry, headed up towards Fayette. On this storm system here. All right, let's see here. I'm trying to fix something real quick for you to make the stream a little bit better. Okay. Save. Okay, there we go. Now it should be fixed. Okay. Um. This Maynard storm here, I can't really look too crazy. It's headed up towards Fayette. This storm system here, Arlington, it's about to move out of its tornado warning here. This tornado warning will be allowed to expire here in 1 minute. I wouldn't be surprised if we do get an extension for something like this. But I really don't. It's going to be that likely to. This one, I know for a fact, ain't going to get an extension. Unless they can manage to tighten up as it heads up here towards Fayette. It's a storm watch for Tennessee. But yeah, because I'm in one too, I think. Yeah, I'm in one. Let's check what's happening down here for me. Absolutely nothing. Back up to these tornado warnings here in portions of Iowa. Hey Logan, look at your DMs. They are allowing this Arlington tornado warning here to expire in about less than a minute. So if you're in Arlington, you'll be safe to get out of your safe place here. And it's 3, 2. No. I'm gonna redo this countdown here. It expires at 2:30. So if you're in this tornado warning here in Arlington, okay, you'll be safe to get out of y'all's safe place here in 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 8, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're in Arlington, you should be safe to get out of your safe place now. There's no longer a tornado warning in effect there. Out there in Arlington, Iowa. Reed, what's up, my guy? Side rotation over here near Maynard up towards Fayette. It's really not looking like anything too crazy to be 100% with y'all. It'll be allowed to expire here in less than 15 minutes. But we do need to be watching it as it heads up. There it goes. No longer have a tornado warning out here for Maynard or Fayette. Now we're left with 2 tornado warnings in the United States. It's to be this one out here in Garber and then near Colesburg. This Colesburg one will be canceled here in about 30 seconds. To be 100% honest with y'all. This storm has got a pretty decently tight area of rotation up here headed towards Osterdock. Or Osterdock, region like that, and Millville. Wow, W name. Here within the next couple of minutes. It'll be tornado warning zone here in about 25 to 30 minutes. So yeah, I would not be surprised if this tornado warning gets wiped off the map here in like I said, less than a minute or so. I think they're gonna allow it to once this tiny little rain bit moves out of it. I should already probably be out of this tornado warning. I don't understand why they're keeping a tornado warning for this like light little rain. It's very unnecessary, but you know what else. Our main tornado warning area is going to be right up here in the central zone of this northern tornado warning right here. Welcome back, Reed. The tornado warning here is going to be for Clayton County, Iowa. Okay, so if you're in Clayton County, Iowa, then we need to be aware out there. I mean, I get it, Misty. I 100% get it. Oh gosh, Reed. Dude, it's chalked. What's your friend's name? Text me because I think he followed me on Instagram. Both your accounts are friends with him, so I'm assuming that's what it is. But maybe Max batteries. That's so Misty. I mean, okay. Yep. Reed, he did. This tornado warning here, they finally did cancel that tornado warning just south of this one here. So if you're in Colesburg, a safe place. There's no longer in effect for your area. What? There is on the storm system here. As well as a pretty tight velocity scan headed up towards Osterdock. Headed up towards Osterdock and eventually into Guttenberg here. Guttenberg probably within the next hour or so, and Osterdock here within the next 10 minutes or so. I would say 10 minutes. Probably, though. I wouldn't be too surprised, to be honest. Is my audio good? Probably, though. Yeah, it is. Let's see here. There's an air rotation headed up here towards Osterdock, out towards Guttenberg. So we need to be aware. It's honestly a pretty nice looking supercell. I mean, it's a mean looking supercell, but it's a pretty nice looking supercell. There's that area of rotation headed out here just north of Colesburg. It's going to be embedded back. What just happened? There's going to be that air rotation headed up there towards Otterdock into Guttenberg eventually here. We are getting a whole bunch of storms starting up across portions of the region right now. We have some storms really getting strong starting off out there in portions of South Dakota. Some more storms out here in Minnesota, Wisconsin, back into Iowa. Iowa's been a prone for today, and some storms starting to get fired in the severe thunderstorm watch out here in Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. Also do have a severe thunderstorm warning out down here in, let's see, this is going to be in South Carolina, so we can go ahead and turn on our closest radar to this. Yeah, there's that severe thunderstorm warning with the special weather statement out there for that one. Going back to our nationwide radar here, this is what things are looking like across the country right now. These severe thunderstorm warnings could be potentially long up here. We're talking hail sizes, probably upwards of size possible, and winds reaching higher than 7. Taking a look at one model at a time, you can be looking at 3 at a time on a map. It's an incredible, useful tool when you're trying to evaluate forecasts or monitor the potential for severe weather On top of that, AguaCero offers detailed radar, forecast data, and a clean, easy-to-use interface that makes finding the information you need quick and simple. Whether you're keeping tabs on thunderstorms through your area, planning a trip, or watching a potential of severe weather, maybe even in your area, the app puts powerful weather tools right at your fingertips. And the best thing about this is if you're a beginner or just don't have the money to spare, you can use AguaCero UX for free. Once you get more professional, then you can start advancing into the subscriptions. So if you're looking for a weather app that's built for people who want more than just basic forecasts, go give AguaCero WX a try. Download it, pictures, and see why some other enthusiasts are adding it to their toolbox. And if you have any trouble, AguaCero WX has tutorials on their YouTube channel. You can download AguaCero WX with the top link in the description. Now, let's jump right back into the forecast. I should probably add that link into the description. If you think about it. Let's see here. I need to add that link and so I gotta go here, edit. Tornado warning. Tornado warnings. Okay, trying to get you all the AguaCero WX link. Copy, paste. Okay. Y'all, the question is, can we hit 800 subscribers today? Like, bro. As soon as I try to go live early, Evan Freiberger goes live. Like, it's first live in like 3 months, bro. Whoa, we got a strong air rotation in here, headed up towards, just towards south of Osterdock. Has really changed direction. It's going to be moving it's just south of Osterdock, headed out towards the southeast of Osterdock, and eventually into the east of Osterdock. Holy cow. That's a strong air rotation right here, headed up towards Volga, Osborne. I need to see which direction this is tracking. Yeah, it's headed up right towards Osborne. We are going to put out a alert on this real quick. What is happening? Okay. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, here we go. What? What do you mean worst case scenario? It's moving northeast. As soon as I issue it, as soon as I issue a cruise alert, there's a tight rotation. There's a tight rotation, but it's not as tight as it was just a minute ago. It's headed up towards Osborne. Osborne. Ooh, whoa. I do need to fix that real quick. We need to expand this. Just in case. Because I'm not sure what fully direction this is moving in. When it storms, when it rains. Okay. Yeah, what have you not seen, Logan? There's that air rotation here headed out towards Osborne, regions like that as it's moving towards the northeast regions there from relative velocity, and it's showing like the exact same thing in velocity, but okay. Yeah, it's moving out towards Osborne there. Eventually up towards Elcador. Elcador. Elcad. El. El. Elcad. El. Whoa! You gotta clip that. Alright, this tornado warning here says that it will be allowed to expire in 15 minutes. I think it's going to get canceled within the next 5 minutes or so. There towards Guttenberg, just south of Guttenberg. To be honest, it's probably heading more towards the southeast. East-southeast than it is towards the northeast on this one here. We'll probably cross into Wisconsin about over here. So, if that explains. Bro, Evan Freiberger has almost 1,000 people watching his live stream right now. Like, brother. This tornado warning is going to be for Clayton County, Iowa. So, for Iowa, we need to be taking shelter. I do need to fix this. Okay, that's gotta work. there's alert. All right. This is a cruise alert. Tornado related. There's no tornado on the ground, but there is a slight area of rotation where we could potentially see a tornado eventually. Or a tornado warning here, and it was much, much tighter on a previous scan. It's really starting to fall apart here. It's a very fast-moving storm, I'm honest with y'all. Okay. Back down to this tornado warning here. My cruise alert is tweaking. Pro, what is it? So right in here is where that air rotation is going to be at. It's fixing to cross near Caseville or Cassville into the main air rotation is likely going to be embedded right here. So it's probably going to move just towards the north of Cassville that we are watching. our radar, our reflectivity scan's about 1 minute behind, so it's very fast moving. Wow. Wow. They did continue this tornado warning into Wisconsin. So now if you're in Wisconsin, let me do this again. All right, now if you're in Clayton County, Iowa, or Grant County, Wisconsin, there is now a tornado warning in effect out there for those regions that we need to be aware of. This tornado warning here has just gotten shrunk up a lot. So areas like Garber, Edgewood, and Colesburg are no longer included in a tornado warning. So y'all are safe to get out of y'all's safe place. Areas like Guttenberg, Osterdock, Millville, Cassville, up towards B-Town, out towards Hurricane. Wow, what a city name. Flora, Fountain, Andover, B-Town, Burton, and regions like that out here. Red warning polygon in Wisconsin and into Iowa. We need to be taking shelter. Y'all are under tornado warning. There's no tornado on the ground as of now. However, we are still watching. We are still watching the possibility of a tornado form out of the storm system here eventually. It's a pretty strong area of rotation, and we better right back through these regions right here, headed up towards just the north of Cassville. It's going to be moving right over this region like this. So if you're just north of Cassville, Wisconsin, we need to be taking shelter about now. I am going to go ahead and cancel that cruise alert. There's no rotation anymore. Okay. Yeah, we are watching this right here. Excuse me. There is still a pretty high area of rotation. I don't think it's as strong as it was earlier, but it's definitely still there. Headed up just towards within the next couple. It's going to be approaching B-Town here pretty soon. Probably, I say pretty soon, probably within the next 20 to 25 minutes. All right, Kason. Let's see here. This storm warning right here is honestly developing a pretty big hook. I wouldn't be surprised if we do eventually get a tornado warning on this storm warning right here. Just towards the south of Gone Valley. Headed out towards Crow Lake here within the next couple of minutes. This storm system out here is pretty much just producing large hail and damaging winds. Same thing goes out for this one right in here. Really nothing too crazy going on. Out of those two storm systems, definitely just something that we need to be staying aware of and watching closely. Okay. I did just get a text. Let me see here. This tornado warning right here is actually about to cross the Mississippi River in Wisconsin. So, that is insane. I gotta just fix something for y'all real quick. Okay, so sorry about that, y'all. We are watching this area rotation right here. Headed out just north of Cassville, crossing the Mississippi River into Wisconsin. All right, Logan.